Here we, Christmas. I'm always, every year, the lights are always a trouble, always a problem. And it's not even that long of a string, and I can't get it right. All right, well, okay. All right, we're here today. Okay, so everyone, it's Christmas time, yeah. And it's time for a Christmas story. I got a really cool one for you. So, I want to tell you something. I want to show you a kit that I picked up a couple years ago. I got very excited about this kit because it means something special, and it's kind of a Christmas story. I wanted to do a video on this kit for a long time, and because of its story, it's perfect for Christmas time. So I told you we were going to do a Christmas special this week before Christmas, and it's my way of saying Happy Christmas and Merry New Year to all my pals out there, and let's have a wonderful time, and well, let's just get on to it. And a ho Merry Christmas to get this all kicked off, and this is the kit that I was talking about. I just have been wanting to share this with you guys for a while. I picked this kit up at a collection that Andy got probably 3 years ago. I wasn't even living in this house when I got it. That's how long ago it was. So yeah, it had to be at least 3 years ago. And since then, I wanted to share this kit with you. But the reason why is because what it means to me. When I saw this, I remember when I caught it out of the corner of my eye at Andy's. Him and I are talking, and I just went, whoa! Totally recognized it. I couldn't believe it. Because this very kit right here, it in the early 70s sometime, I would say probably 1974. I couldn't find a copyright on this kit. I don't know when this was produced, but it was a while ago. You can tell it's an old kit. But I got this kit for Christmas back around 73, 74. And my father built it for me. I would sit as much as a little kid would, you know. He just built it. It was I wasn't interested back then in building. I never really was much of a model builder or interested in building models when I was a little kid. I just loved miniatures. And he put this car together. But what he loved about it, first, my dad had an interest in cars somewhat. He knew quite a bit about them. And he used to teach me things with toy cars on what things were, like the differential. I've talked about, I had a Mustang promo that he got when he bought his 65 Mustang. And I'd sit on his lap and he'd show me what everything was underneath. Because, those things had some pretty good detail to feature the car you were buying. And this was a very, very detailed kit, especially the suspension, which I was always infatuated with the underside of a car for some reason. It's, I've talked about that. I'm a suspension geek. I did it for a living for a while, and I love even the old cars. It just fascinates me what goes on underneath the car, even more so than the engine. And this didn't even have an engine. This was actually a motorized kit, but this version that I got and this version didn't come with the motor. But it came with all these really cool things that with an actual working differential that my dad was really proud when he got it together, and you could turn the drive shaft and spin. And it was just a neat thing to show me about cars. And it was a sturdy enough model. I mean, I played with this thing. As a matter of fact, I would not be surprised in a story I don't want to get into that the original model may possibly still exist. I just can't get my hands on it. I wish I would have when my father was still alive. But it stayed alive for years, well into, I remember seeing it at their house in a display case when I was in my 20s, in the 80s. So it lasted through my childhood. So it's a pretty sturdy kit. My dad basically put it together, didn't paint it or anything. It didn't do all this cool pinstriping, which I notice now. So my plan is to build this in honor of my father and really do it up. I'm going to paint this sucker. But I remember my dad always talked about the Tin Lizzie. He just thought it was just a neat thing. The old 1912 Model T Ford. And let's take a look at this kit. It is just a really, I'm excited to get it for the various reasons, but it's a cool kit. And I'm usually not really into old antique cars, but this one has always set with me. real strong. And I remember these instructions when I was a little kid. I remember this drawing and stuff. And it's got really cool instructions. And right there, there's what we're talking about. I remember this part because my dad was just he was so proud of this portion that there was a gear in there. There was it actually spun the real tires when you turn the drive shaft. He just thought that was the neatest thing in the world. The thing that I was intrigued with, which I want to show you here, let's get back to the picture, is this is what really caught my eye, is the horn right here. When I was a little kid, I was intrigued by this because this was a spring, so it would be flexible. And lo and behold, I looked in here when I bought the kit, and that spring's in here. I got pretty excited about that. But here's the chrome tree. I'm not going to take things out till I'm ready to start working it, but there's something I want to show you. You see in the chrome tree, there was these things like the 1912 kind of a display. Let's get this, see if we can get this, or something I want to show you. Right here, do you see this? Where it just has the Ford emblem, this little thing, and how it sits up. Those are two little display stands that would sit in front of the car when you'd have it all done. And I found in my parts box not too long ago, just to prove, this is what I have left of that. I still have that piece from when I owned this model years ago. How cool is that? It was, you see a gold's kind of going away, but these were like gold plated parts. You can even see that this is not so gold, but I remember these being very gold when I was a kid. I don't know if you can tell in this video, but that's all gold. This is an actual complete chrome tree. There's the license plate, the 1912 that would sit next to that Ford placard, but that's cool. That's all I have left is a placard. And not a tricked out kit, and it is, yeah, I do remember, yeah, it's molded in a dark green. I remember this thing being dark green, and the fenders were black. There's a black tree right here, and there's the gold parts of the body, or green parts of the body there, and the black parts of the body here. I don't know why that one piece was out, because this doesn't seem to be opened, but pretty interesting. But you could see how there was a kind of a situation here that if you had the motor, which is not in this kit, there was a motor, electric motor with a battery, so this thing would actually run. That's probably why it was durable, because it was designed to be played with and ran across the floor. But pretty basic kit, but has everything you need. These were basic cars back in the day. There's that differential, the two halves, and all the suspension pieces that I was just so intrigued by, the leaf springs, and all that gadgetry to help a car move down those bumpy roads they had back in the day. There's the glass, real simple, in great shape still, protected inside here, packaged in with this stuff. And of course the wheels that are made brown to simulate the wood. And look at this, remember you get these old tires, this is kind of, I don't know, it's taped here, or stapled there. The tires are surprisingly, that's always a scary thing with these old kits. These tires are in good shape. There's 5 of them, so you have a spare that goes on the side, but those tires are in good shape. That's always a scary thing with these old kits. And we didn't even say, what, I don't even know the name of the company. Let's see, it should be right here. Entex kits. There's some other kits that they made back in the day. And any of you know about that? I couldn't remember the name of these, and the name seems familiar and the symbol seems familiar. I've seen them around before, but I don't know much about this company. They didn't really do a lot of kits. I never really saw tons of them, but yeah, they had that logo. We saw it on the box. But yeah. Ooh, and here, check this out. Again, stapled. I can't. Yeah, they've been stapled all these years. This kit is in such good shape. I just decreased the value just doing that. Who cares? I'm building it. But you see all the gears. There's the axle gears there, and there's the ring gear right there that'll go on your drive shaft. So there's your drive shaft and your axles. How cool is that? That's when you don't mind metal axles, because those are real functional ones. So I'm so amazed by the by the tires there. That's cool. I I've had this packed away, and I've again wanted to show you guys this for the longest time, and really take a good look at it with you. And it's just so cool to have gotten a hold of this, just because of what it means. You know, everybody, you watch my own podcasts. If you watch them, when I talk to my guests, we always discuss at the beginning what got them into models, and so many people say my dad. Well, you know, I'd have to give my dad credit, even though I didn't get into models really. He did get me into the enjoyment of the automobile and the love of miniatures. So he used to build a lot of planes. I'd get a lot of model kits as Christmas gifts, and until Star Wars came out, I was not interested in building any models, so he always built them for me, and I would just play with them until they were, you know, actually I used to take good care of them because a lot of them survived, and like I said, I think I do know where they're located. A lot of them still exist today. But that is this kit. Thank you a bunch for watching this. I am so pleased that you guys have made it this far and found this interesting like I do. It is a very cool kit. It's a cool vintage kit. If any of you have ever built this or had a hold of it, you know what we didn't find? Holy cow. We're going to go back. I saw my spring, but I didn't see it this time. I remember seeing it when I looked at it with Andy. Where's my spring? Did I lose it over these years? That would be a bummer, because I don't see the spring. That was something that I actually verified in this kit when I bought it, and for all I know it was loose, and I've lost it over the years, so that's my fault. What a bummer. That's a bummer. I'll have to find. That was something that was really cool about this kit to me. That's too bad that the spring is missing. It's kind of a bummer. Oh, wait, there it is. Holy cow. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Oh well, the spring has sprung. It doesn't kill this kit for me because, you know, it still is the kit that I wanted and want to build. But that kind of, all of a sudden, I just got a little bummed out here, guys, because one piece is missing that I have to blame myself, because I know when I bought it, it was in there, because that was something that verified that it was a kit of my memories. How bummed. I'm kind of sad now. Oh well. It's not going to stop me from building it, and we'll find something to replace that with. But anyways, that's it. Thanks for going on this little journey with me, checking this thing out. I want everyone to have a wonderful Christmas, and we'll be doing a couple more videos before the end of the year. And next week I've got something to show you that's going to be new for next year. Just a little something to liven up these this show, the Model Car Hobby Headquarters show. I got an early Christmas gift from my son-in-law, and I want to share it with you guys next week. So I hope you found this to be pretty neat. You know, I thought it was. So all in all, what do you think, man? Is that pretty cool? That was it's when I found the kit, I was so excited, and it was just such great memories that it brought to me. My dad and I on Christmas morning, and yeah, I got it. I couldn't believe it. You know, I never knew what kit. I couldn't remember. I don't know. Well, you know, it's cool that I have it, and I'm going to build it. I'm actually going to build that kit because I'm going to build it really cool, you know, in honor of my dad. And that really is probably, yeah, the kit that kicked it off. Really, truly. That was the first model car kit that I got for Christmas, and my dad built it, and I played with it for years, and it was so cool to find that, you know. And that goes back to the hoarding of kits. Thank God for kit hoarders. Let's bless the kit hoarders, because we wouldn't find cool stuff like that if it wasn't for people buying up kits and just keeping them in their stash for years, and then they move on to other people if they don't end up using them in their lifetime. So it's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing to hoard up model kits. It definitely is, and that's the proof, because I got a kit that there's just no way I would have ever gotten it if everyone that got sold got built. That's it. That's all I want to say. I want to say Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy New Year. If you did Hanukkah was a few weeks ago. Well, happy Hanukkah on that and all the other stuffs. winter solstice. Oh yeah, I love Christmas time. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it so much. I love it so much. Over here at the Luka Cee channel, we want to say have some great times with your families and friends, and we'll see you again probably a couple more times this year to really close out the year. We'll do some extra stuff over the, that week in between Christmas and New Year's that I always kind of get depressed because I'm always bummed out after Christmas and it's time to take the lights down, and I get very sad when these all go up in the attic. As much as they're the pain of my existence, I love them. I love them. I want to say to you guys, here we go. Keep gluing those fingers together and keep cutting that styrene, and we will see you in the next video. I don't have Beachy here to say, here's the producers.